Hey y'all, it is January the 1st, 2018, and I'm still on YouTube, alright, believe it or not. I can't believe it. Anyways, y'all, Happy New Year. I trust that all y'all had a safe New Year out there, kept it real safe, and had a lot of fun. Hey you guys, it's the New Year. The thing is, I felt compelled to make this video, and I've kind of made similar videos in the past in which I wanted to talk about something, but something came on my mind. I think it's very important, especially for the children out there, because y'all are still on holiday break, alright? You're about to go back to school, whatever school that you go to. And this for y'all, basically, a dedication to y'all, but also, I think adults could also benefit from this sort of advice if they choose to consider it, if they choose to adopt it, or sometimes maybe they choose not to. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Thing is, I wanted to let you know, don't believe anything. All right, there's weakness in it, and there's vulnerability in it. Now, the other day I brought up something in conversation. It came to mind, a conversation that I had a long time ago, and I spoke about on YouTube, in which I had a conversation with a co-worker, all right, and there's a young man, and we were talking about stuff, very deep stuff, all right. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, the young man told me, he said, listen, if anyone tries to tell me there's dinosaurs, shoot, I don't believe it. I don't believe there was dinosaurs. Alright? None of this makes sense to me, alright? Is what he tried to explain to me. He said, until I see actual evidence in which I totally believe it, I don't believe it. Alright? I don't believe there was dinosaurs. Now, I brought this up in conversation, and typically you would understand a lot of people would find that to be silly. I find that very silly. So of course there's dinosaurs. We've seen the bones. We've seen people dig them up. All sort of things. And honestly, in my personal opinion, I would have to say that there was dinosaurs. All right, they'd be digging up the bones and stuff. And I just tend to, from what I've seen, it does seem like there was dinosaurs, and for whatever reason they died out. A lot of people have their different theories. I don't necessarily believe in any of the theories, right? For example, a whole ice age came over, and it killed these particular dinosaurs, killed off dinosaurs and stuff, but it didn't kill off like anything else. You understand that there's animals out there, like to include sharks and crocodiles, where like they've been around since before dinosaurs, and for some reason they existed. Like, a lot of this doesn't make sense. No matter, regardless if I believe in dinosaurs, if the young man believes in dinosaurs, it doesn't hardly make sense. All right. So the question comes up: why does it matter? That's the most important question when you think about it. Why does it even matter? You have to understand, we're going to totally disagree with some people. We're going to find what they say to be silly. Case in point, the most perfect example is the whole flat earth thing. Me personally, from my experience, from what I've seen personally, if people didn't think the world was round, I would think the world was round. Probably. So I go ahead and accept that the world is round. Some people don't accept it. They don't believe it. They haven't seen proof. And at the same time, what I'm here to point out is, why would you blame them? All right. Just to give an example, me and this particular fellow, we don't agree. He says there weren't never dinosaurs. I say there probably were dinosaurs. None of that matters. Like, in consideration for child abuse. All right. We both agree that child abuse is wrong, and sexual child abuse is very wrong. All right. Has nothing to do with dinosaurs. Do you understand what I'm going at? At the end of the day, the dinosaurs really ain't important, and that's just one example of things that our schools teach us about that, technically speaking, aren't very important. They'll teach us about it in great depth and detail. They'll take whole semesters to do it, to teach us all about dinosaurs. Why? I don't know why. At the end of the day, it really didn't make no difference. All right, that doesn't have nothing to do with what we do jobs and stuff and how we create solutions to problems. It has nothing to do with it. It's like a little tidbit. It should have been a little tidbit in school, but it wasn't. It was a whole. I mean, people taught us about dinosaurs for months. All right, so that's just a little example of what I was talking about earlier when I said, don't believe anything. If I had to give you any advice at all when you go to school, don't believe anything what these people are telling you. What are these people telling you? All right, my middle niece earlier, I forget which mathematics. I think she might have been saying algebra. She was talking about, why do we even have algebra? All right, she's saying that typical stereotypical thing that all kids say. Well, why do we even have algebra? We're not even going to need it. We're just not even going to need it when we grow up. To which I told her, you're exactly correct. You're not going to need it. Chances are you're probably not going to need it. You are exactly. See, that's the thing about it. We don't admit when children are correct. Absolutely, she's not going to need algebra. On the off chance she does need algebra in her job or in her life at all, she will pick it up, just as anybody does with their work all the time. That's what happens. You learn it. Why? Because you want money. So you learn what it takes to get you money. All right, so technically speaking, my niece was exactly correct. Why do you need algebra? You don't need algebra. Unfortunately, you don't need calculus unless you need it and then you learn it. And so schools are, in a big way, wasting our time in this kind of a sense. A lot of people disagree with me on that. All right, but that's not important because a lot of us have to go to schools, especially y'all kids out there. Y'all still have to go to school, irregardless of what I say or what you think. You do have to go to school because people get arrested if you don't. Isn't that weird? Isn't that funny? But the thing is, you do have to go to school. So my advice would be, do not just believe anything. Don't believe anything. What they're telling you, that's all lies. It's been lies. All right. Don't believe anything. So with that in mind, some people might think, well, then you're just going to be a stupid, silly dumbhead. You're not going to believe anything. You're not going to know what's what, or you're not going to know up from down. I'm here to tell you that as a child, as a human being child, you can absolutely figure it out yourself. I believe in you. You can absolutely discern for yourself what is true, what is not. I mean, technically, our schools should just be giving us a subject material and then letting our kids just run off to the races with it. All right, giving them the ball and letting them run with it is what we should be doing. However, the particular school system that we have adopted currently is where we show children the ball and then we show them how to bounce it, but we don't really give them the ball to bounce it. All right, that's the way in which we are going. My advice to all y'all young children is don't believe anything what you're told about dinosaurs or anything else. Instead, what you do is you hear about something that you're very interested and you go find out about that thing. You do all the research you can. You listen to the people who believe in it. You listen to the people who don't believe in it. And you listen to their reasons why. You roll them around in your head and you have discernment. And then slowly and surely you will figure out exactly how the world works. And you'll probably figure out how to go ahead and conquer it, if you know what I'm saying. All right? Don't believe anything that you're told, because here's the thing. There's weakness and vulnerability to it. When you believe in something, it causes you to have to attach yourself to that thing. All right? And if that thing goes in a bad direction, guess what? You're attached to it. Don't believe it. You don't need to be attached to not anything. I would suggest, don't believe in anything at all. You would look at me, square my eyeballs and say, hey, wait, don't you believe in God and Jesus? That whole thing, don't you keep bringing it up? And I would tell you, yes, that's the one thing that I believe in. And nothing else. The thing is, I can endorse certain things, certain ideas, or certain ideas that I tend to agree with. And it helps me form my perspective about the world because I know certain things. However, I don't believe in anything. Some people out there real briefly, I gotta mention that there's some people out there that believe in science, right? In a sense, what I gotta tell you is, what? Don't believe in the science? What does that mean? What does that even mean? Because when you think of the nature of science, that is a process. It's not a result. You know what I'm saying? Science is never dead on anything. Like, for example, you can find out a certain element, liquid, whatever, that can be used as a certain something on the earth, maybe for fracking, maybe for cutting stuff up or whatever. That's science, because you found it out. Maybe later on you're going to find out that there's something even better and way easier. And then you start using that, you adopt that. That is also science. It continues. It continues to continue. That's the whole nature of science. So for people out there who do believe in science, they do believe in the nature of it's always continuing. You're never exactly 100% correct. There's some people that believe in what would be called settled science. Settled science is another thing that causes you to be a retard. All right, it will make you retarded on certain subjects, certainly just simply because you believe in it so hard. Don't believe in anything. What it causes is weakness, like I said, and vulnerability. You'll attach your wagon to some sort of hitch, and you don't know where it's going. It will make you dumb. Don't believe in anything. Instead, hear what interests you and go and research the heck out of it, all right? You're going to find out some things that you had no idea about. And more than likely, what you're going to find out as well is that you're most certainly being lied to. Not necessarily by people who even understand they're lying. Lots of times you're being lied to by people who have also been lied to, and they don't understand because they haven't done their own research. Basically what it's called is controlled opposition. A lot of people call things controlled opposition. It's a conspiracy theorist term. Alright, but that's technically what school is, because like I said, school will show you things. Alright, and let's say, oh, this is all what you need to know about this thing. Alright, don't worry about this thing now. Now we're going to learn about this thing. And you see how it works, kind of like the television news. How they mention and they bring up certain things. But meanwhile, you're never getting to the bottom of anything, really, unless you do it on your own time. And by that regard, I feel like all these children should have more free time to do what they want. Alright, to learn what they want. All right, and show us all sort of miracles that we know that they have deep down inside of them. If we just let them harness it, if we give them the time to do it instead of go to school. But the thing is, y'all guys, I completely understand. We are balls deep in the tribulation. Some of our kids have to go to school. That isn't a debating point. So if that is the case, my advice is do not believe anything. All right, that is a silly thing to do. All right, so I'll have to holler at y'all later. Happy New Year. It's 2018. Check this out. Believe it or not, this is going to be an even wilder year than 2017. I do want to, not bless America, but hope for blessings for America, things of this nature, because I live in America. I want to make it great again. I wish for Donald Trump to not get shot up, because there's people who sincerely want to get him shot up, and I'm talking about quick, fast, in a hurry. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I'm hoping that we can go ahead and continue this communication, this technological renaissance, all right, in which that's already underway. I hope that we're allowed to continue that into the stars and stuff like that. I think about y'all, I worry about y'all, holler at me and stuff. It is January the 1st, 2018, and I'll holler at y'all later.